$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Okay, look. It's gift time, okay? I've already started my Christmas shopping. I mean, I know it's crazy, but I've done it.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just started my Thanksgiving shopping.
Yeah. Well, I have to because of birthdays that are early, so I figure, well, if I'm buying gifts anyway, I might as well just start throwing some Christmas gifts in there.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I can't think of a better gift than the KISW mask. The face mask, now that we have two designs, whether you like that skull, baby, or you like the camo, you will be covering up your face. It is a great stocking stuffer. You have got to get this done. I'm telling you. Plus, I mean, you know what? You're showing you care about the person. Cover your face so COVID don't give you a punch in the old jingle balls. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to make a holiday reference, and I'm not doing a good job, am I? All right, buy a mask. How's that? That works. All right, go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah! So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
Be like an octopus or something.
Well, just rise like a behemoth.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
I like that. That was a good one. That was way better than mine.
Well, hey, you know what? Hey, I try to help you out, buddy. You can use that.
Thank you. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Ben in Shoreline. Ben, are you there?
Ben!
We meet again, Steve.
Oh, it's Ben.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is you, Ben. Now, was it the last? Yeah, was it the last time where you got the loss, or was it the tie?
I feel like it was a tie.
No, Steve beat me pretty good last time.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah.
Like I remembered.
Ben was, I think Ben was a little arrogant too. Thought
That's
he had,
right.
Well, that was like 2 games ago.
How'd that one go?
I forget. I don't know.
Me too. Ever since Ben threw down, he got thrown down.
Wow. Oh, I'm looking forward to this, Ben. It's good to have you back.
Let's do it.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday.
You too.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Wearing my Kraken shirt today.
Nice. Even he's wearing his Kraken shirt.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I think people need to send us pictures on the old Twitters and stuff to show that they get cracking on Thursdays.
It was last night.
Show us your crack.
Show us your crack. Getting shirt. Yeah, my buddy had his crack
back on.
Yeah. Buddy had his crack out last night at a party I was at. His Kraken hat.
Oh, well, hats are great. Just, keep it above the waistline. For those playing at home, Ben will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Ben, you can't pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oceanic Airlines Flight 815 was the doomed trip for the characters of what TV show?
Lost.
Yes. How many quarters make up $101?
4. 404.
Yes. Who was the first president of the United States to attend a St. Patrick's Day parade?
Ooh, JFK?
No.
Abraham Lincoln.
No.
George Washington.
No. What is the most commonly diagnosed cancer in men?
Prostate?
Yes. Sandy Cheeks is a fictional character from what animated TV show?
Pass. No, wait, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes. In football, the backfield is the area behind the line of what?
Scrimmage.
Yes. Pecans originated from which type of tree?
Maple?
No.
No. Oak.
No.
Pass.
The Black Forest is located in which European country?
Germany?
Yes. How many letters are there in the English alphabet?
26.
Yes. With which natural disaster is measured with a Richter scale?
Earthquakes.
Yes. And Ben gets 8 correct.
Not bad, but will it
Not
be
a
enough?
pecan tree, is it?
No. That'd be kind of
Okay, good.
That'd be kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was a good score, but I think there's a little bit of wiggle room there.
We'll see if Steve can wiggle.
And Steve can wiggle. I've seen it.
Have you?
Especially if I'm on a fish show, I wiggle all the time.
Well, there's certain reasons for that one.
That's right.
It's a fish show.
The
after all.
music.
Oh yeah, the music.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Steve, are you ready?
Release the Kraken.
Oceanic Airlines Flight 815 was the doomed trip for the characters of what TV show?
Great show. One of the best. Lost.
Yes.
Great ending.
How many quarters
All right.
make up $101?
How many quarters? 400. I don't know.
No.
42.
No. I don't know what you did there. Who was the first president of the United States to attend a St. Patrick's Day parade?
John F. Kennedy.
No.
Oh. Nixon.
No.
I'm going to go with Jimmy Carter.
No.
Damn it.
What is
Ronald
the-
Reagan?
No. What is the most commonly diagnosed cancer in men?
Ball.
What?
Ball.
No.
Oh. Prostate.
Yes. Sandy Cheeks is a fictional character from what animated TV show?
Oh, SpongeBob. SquarePants.
Yes. In football, the backfield is the area behind the line of what?
Scrimmage.
Yes. Pecans originate from which type of tree?
The Costco tree.
No.
The candy pecans are so good. Yeah, they are. Pecan tree?
No.
The pine tree.
No. The Black Forest is located in which European country?
France.
No. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, Steve, you
Yeah.
got spanked. 8-4.
Wow. Good job,
Ben.
Ben is back.
Damn it, Ben.
Woo!
Back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Nice work, Ben. We look forward to having you calling again because I get this when you win.
Yeah. Red Thought Crush. I thought you were going to squeak by with a win. Yeah. You've done it before.
Off
You
my
would do
game.
much better than that.
Back to only liking one Ben.
Yeah.
And that Ben is a little rat that was friends with Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is like a deep
It's one of the greatest songs Michael Jackson ever sang.
Okay, I'm not sure
about
if
a
that's
movie
the case.
with what, Crispin Glover in it?
No, that's Willard.
Willow.
Oh, Willow.
Or Willow, yeah. Wait, and that was a redo, right? I don't think he was the first Willard, was he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I think Willard. Ben was about the pet of Willard, right? Willard had a pet. He had a bunch of rats. One was Ben, I thought.
I don't know.
I think that's the story of the whole craziness.
I don't want to
here.
get into
We're going
it.
way back.
Yeah, I
from
don't
this,
want to get
really.
into this. It's too much.
Yeah.
Steve,
Two of us need look no more.
basic math. How many quarters are in a dollar?
He was close. He
You
didn't-
were.
If he just mathed out the one, he would have been fine.
They're crap.
Four. Okay, exactly. So
You said-
101 would be
404.
Yeah.
You were so
That was the
close.
answer?
That was the answer.
You said 400, and then if you just focus on the one, you would have had the 4.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I got a bone to pick.
Ooh, you have a bone to pick.
I started with 400, and then I heard just a collective groan from the peanut gallery in here, like as if I was on the wrong path, and that kind of threw me off.
Really? Did we groan at that?
I think it was because I didn't groan. By
Thank
the way.
you, Danny.
You're
I knew
welcome.
you had my
But
back.
I think it was because you did 400.
Yeah,
and
we were
then
like,
that's when
oh,
it was like the long.
yeah, we were.
I was
it
trying to
wasn't
figure out if
groan.
that
We
was
were
your
like,
answer
okay.
or if you were going to put a finale on
Maybe
that
I'm
one.
just projecting.
Yeah, there was a noise made like because you were that close. It was like, oh, and then
I
you
thought
went,
you guys were out to
"Oh."
get me.
No, I was just waiting for you to finish the answer.
And I was trying
then
not
it was
to,
a 400.
I was trying not to give you a clue, so I had to shut my groan up because I thought, I think he's going to figure it. No, he's not.
No, I failed. All right, well, then it's all on me.
There you go. The Black Forest is located in Germany. Ben got that one correct.
Money.
Does anybody know the tree that pecans originate from?
I would just be guessing at this point, so.
All right, the hickory tree.
I would not guess that.
Yeah, there's a hickory tree.
Wow. Is that where Doc goes? Oh, yeah, Hickory Dickory Doc, maybe? I don't know.
Sure.
I guess.
I mean, that's about a clock.
There's a wood, and made of hickory wood, perhaps?
Yeah, we use hickory Traeger pellets.
Oh, and of course, that's where you get
good
pecans
call.
from. You take them you cook up the Traeger pellets, and they become pecans, right?
I don't know. I'm looking online. They said that there's a pecan tree that goes from 4 to 6 feet tall, and it takes about 6 to 7 years to make some pecans.
Really?
I don't know.
Whoa, boy.
Well, that's fine because Ben answered pecan as well. So,
And I still lose.
yeah. I can still even give that to you, and you'd still lose pretty badly, yeah.
So, will we
And I
ever
could
get
be
any
wrong.
resolution
I'm
to
on
this?
Wikipedia, so I'm making it up like I'm in a debate.
It's better than me,
It's
so.
pecans.
Oh, you're doing much better than in a debate. At least
Thank
you're
you.
fact-checking while you're saying
I'm
what you're
trying to
saying.
fact check.
Yeah, you're doing a lot better than anybody in a debate.
But can we all agree that the candied pecans from
yes.
the praline pecans from Costco are the greatest thing ever created?
Yeah, I can't have those. They're just too good. I will not stop eating them.
Oh, yeah, and then all of a sudden you and I will be in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The first president that attended a St. Patrick's Day parade.
Should I know this?
No.
Okay.
Taft. No. Truman.
Oh.
I would never have guessed that. I'd be upset at you for that because it's like there's no way I could know that
exactly.
unless I was a president guy. Because some questions you ask, you go, you can figure it out, Ken Jennings style.
This
I
one's
could
just
get.
a hard one, and maybe if you know, you know, and most people probably won't.
It was a hard one, all right.
Well,
I was
congratulations.
just trying to think about like the history of the St. Patty's Day parade. Like how long has it been going on?
Kennedy was a good guess.
It was a really solid guess by both of them.
Since he was Irish.
Yeah. But no, wrong. But congrats to Ben on winning.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're
Thanks,
wrong.
Ben.
Get out. All right. Hey, look what time it is. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is your opportunity to pick the topic, your opportunity to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whatever you want to talk about, we got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the Loose. This is where you have the opportunity to be heard. But Steve wants you to do things the right way.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Listeners on the Loose brought to you by Spartan Plumbing. Want to give a quick shout out to Adam in Port Angeles. Found out he's rebuilding a deck, blasting the rock as we speak.
Oh, I thought he was rebuilding your deck.
No.
Your deck of cards.
One of my buddies was like, hey, man, I got this guy out there rebuilding the deck, and he came out and wanted to make sure that he wasn't blasting his music too loud. And, of course, I heard it was the rock. He's like, no, you're fine, dude.
There's
so
nothing
big
cooler.
shout out to Adam.
I'll be honest, there's nothing cooler whenever like you go by somewhere where they're blasting the radio and you realize that it's the station you work at. Like, it's a sense of pride. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, I remember like, just going to like a construction site or something like that. Like, for instance, like, I'm in the process of getting this new house, and we talked about the JK Monarch houses, and that was a dream home. Well, we're now going.
You're in the dream home.
Yes, which is incredible. It just blows my mind. Like, honestly, like, I think about it last night. Like, it was just like a sense of relief that it's finally closed and we're moving in. But I remember when we looked at the house that we were going to buy, and we walk in there and they're still painting and they were still doing stuff, and all of a sudden I'm like, that's our radio station. That's sweet. Like, this is a sign.
Yeah.
that we're going into the right home. It's been painted by The Rock.
That's right. Painted by the right
The
people.
soundtrack of The Rock.
Yeah. That's
Anyways,
awesome.
that's cool. So who's it? James?
Adam.
That's it.
Adam. Yeah. Adam, James. James Adams was a great president, wasn't he? Or Quincy Adams. Somebody was.
Good old James.
Adam, though, on the other hand, he's a great guy.
Give it out a shout.
And he's rebuilding a deck as we speak, making somebody's life nice. How about that? Let's go talk to John in Bellevue, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. John, you're on the Rock, sir. Who cares? What's up, buddy?
Anybody's got a brain in their head.
Oh, there you
but
go.
anyways, you guys were talking earlier about, what's one thing from your past that you can't let go.
All right, what you got?
And for me, I had a girlfriend, years ago, and she did the old stop taking her birth control and didn't tell me until she told me she was pregnant.
Ooh,
and then you add a little bit extra salt in the wound there. She did not allow me to see him for about the past 10 years on top of it, even though she had absolutely no right to hold him from me.
Dude, that sucks. But now are you able to see your kid?
somewhat. We just reconnected at the beginning of this year, and then the whole pandemic happened, and so that kind of made things a bit more difficult. And still, all communication has to go through her, and so it's kind of at her will, and I still kind of want to kick her in the teeth.
Well,
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, that's not going to help the visitation. That's for sure.
That's the only reason why I haven't.
All right. Well, as long as that's the only reason, all right. Well, John, good luck with that. Hope you get to actually see your kid, because I try to tell everybody. I got friends that are, basically single parents now, non-custodials, and it does not benefit a child at all to not have a great relationship with both of their parents. Right. And no matter what you think of your spouse or ex-spouse, I get it, but the kid wants to love both mom and dad. Don't F that up. You got to be
awkward
bigger
for them to have to pick and choose which one they love more.
Which is make sure when you're around your child, the kick in the teeth line, don't let them know that that's what you want to do to their mom, because they love their mom. And there you go.
Hey, someone wants to empathize with your wife, BJ.
They want to empathize with my wife.
Right.
Okay.
Says I'm 55 years old, and I developed a bridge phobia just a few years ago as well. Not fun at all, especially living in the Puget Sound area.
Dude, I felt horrible. Here's how this happened.
Because you mentioned that earlier. You said that your wife's afraid of bridges.
Yeah. So what we've been doing lately is that whenever I get down and see her for an extended stay, I pick one day and we go travel the coast. I find a destination and then I just hug the water so that every view she can see is ocean, and she just gets to sit and she loves to just drive and watch the ocean.
Is that place that you end up always Slam City?
Take me down to Slam City.
Slam Town.
So I was doing that, and then I was coming back and going through Long Beach, California, and I didn't realize that the route I took would take us over. I mean, they're gorgeous, amazing bridges, but they are way high above the water. Uh-huh. And here I am, this is going to be so great. She's going to get the beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. And then she's like, are we going to go over those bridges? And I had already committed. Like, there was no way to get around it. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Oh, and so it was a beating, because we went over like 2 or 3 bridges to get where we had to go, and they were high. They were super high.
Was there anything that led to her all of a sudden building this phobia, or is it
that's a funny thing. She thinks the car accident that she had, even though it did not happen on a bridge, something happened where that car accident, and she doesn't feel safe in a car, and when you're way high in a bridge,
you feel even more.
That's what but it's so hard to put your finger on things like this, unless you go to counseling and really work at it. So this texter, I'd like to know how that happened, because it makes no sense if you used to be able to.
Well, I got to stay away from her.
Why is that?
Because I got a bridge tattooed on my arm.
Jeez.
Well, I do.
You do. That is true.
At the Brooklyn Bridge right there.
Yeah, I'm
so
sure.
If I reach out to shake her hand, will that freak her out?
Hey, listen, I think in general you might freak her out, but maybe the bridge wouldn't help. I don't
just
know.
chase her around.
I'll just wear long sleeves whenever I'm around.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, chase her around with your arm. Look, it's a bridge. Boy, how much of a Richard would you be if, in fact, you did that and it did trip her out?
The only way I'd be more of a Richard if I got the tattoo specifically to troll her. I wouldn't do that, though. It's already too late.
Do you think people do that? They get tattoos to troll other people?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of the commitment on your own body.
Right? People get dumb tattoos for just dumb reasons.
Yeah.
Like one of my buddies, which I think it's an awesome reason, but his son just got a tattoo, I believe, of it's a maple leaf. It's like a tramp stamp tattoo. What? Might be like the Molson logo. I think it's the Molson logo. I remember it was like we were at hockey, and he's like, "Hey, check it out." And his son's like an adult, not like 5 years old or anything like that. And he has a tramp stamp. And I'm like, "Well, why'd you do that?" And he says, "Oh, my buddies were willing to buy me all you can eat sushi at Trappers. So if I got this tattoo, and they would pay for the tattoo." I'm like, that. I respect that.
All right.
Oh, I don't know, man.
They paid for it.
I get that they paid for the tattoo, but you still. I guess you don't see it. I mean, if you don't see that part of your body, what do you care?
And it makes a good story.
Yeah.
Why do you have this tattoo? Who's he hurting? Really?
Yeah, he's trolling. He's basically being trolled by other people, but he got a free meal out of it
and a free tattoo.
Yeah,
maybe not in the spot that he wants it,
or maybe not even what he wanted. Well, actually, though, the Molson's logo isn't horrible. The Maple Leaf's cool. I love it. It's in the tramp stamp area, though. That is awesome.
Oh, it's right there, right above the crack.
That's another place where I think I would like to get like the Star Trek logo, the Delta. If I were to get I was going to get it over my chest, like where it is on the uniform.
Right.
But having it in the tramp stamp area, it would be pretty cool too.
Boldly going where no man has gone before.
Now you're talking, brother.
I really love spite tattoos. I was looking for one that I've seen before. It's this guy who texted his mom and said, "Hey, I'm going to get a tattoo today. What should I get?" And she says, "If you don't have a need for one, don't get one. Tattoos are for something important." and he literally tattooed what she texted on himself. Where it says tattoos are meant for something important.
I don't even know what to make of that. I
think that's hilarious.
And then he sent her a picture. She says, "I'm going to beat you," and he says that's going to be his next tattoo.
Oh, that was funny. If you had that guy on Twitter, my dad says, this is tattoos of what my mom said.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
That is actually, I have to say, when she's gone. That tattoo,
it's a great memory.
It really is. It will. You know what? I actually get that. I don't get the M&M lady with 100 tab, whatever. She's got 16, but I do get this for some reason, and they're both really, I think, equally weird. But for some reason, I get that tattoo. All right.
Hey, someone says, "Hey guys, I know you talked about this a couple of days ago about Jessica Alba saying that she wasn't allowed to look at the cast of 90210. Did you hear that a couple of the members have already given their rebuttal?"
I can't believe this is hashtag fake news. That maybe Jessica is just losing her mind or whatever. But yeah, so she was on the Hot Wing Eating Show, Hot Ones, and this is what she said about Beverly Hills 90210.
On the set of 90210, I couldn't even make eye contact with any of the cast members. You'll be thrown off the set.
Now, that's a pretty specific thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's one thing to go, I couldn't make eye contact, but she literally added, or you'll be thrown off the set. It does sound like somebody would say that. I can't believe she would just be...
Well, why would she make that up?
Yeah.
What does it give? What benefit does that have for Jessica Alba? Like, it's not like she needs any sympathy for money or roles. I mean, she's on top of the world.
Yeah, I mean, people always want dirt. So, I mean, arguably, I guess, if you're trying not to be the guy that dishes dirt, maybe you wouldn't say it at all. But she said it, and word did get back to the stars of 90210. Ian Ziering, of course, our great shark hunter and tornado hunter. This is what he had to say about it.
I can't confirm whether it's true or not. I'm not doubting her. I'm sure that was her experience. Somebody probably told her she's not a liar. At the end of the day, I can't see that demand being made by any of my former castmates. I just don't know where that comment came from. Certainly it never came from a cast member directly. Yeah. Maybe it was an AD or someone on set. It's ludicrous.
I can see that. Yeah. I can 100% see somebody thinking that this is what they should tell the person.
Yeah, we've seen that in the music business.
All the time.
Yeah.
I always go back to the time that I got to interview Billy Corgan and James Ehoff in the Smashing Pumpkins. It was at like a record store in Bellevue. And the handler, the PR person for the Smashing Pumpkins, went through and said, "Let me see your notes," and said I couldn't ask any of the questions that were on my notes.
Oh, God.
Like, nope, that's not good. Nope, no, you can't do any of these. And in my head, I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Like, what the hell? I'm about to interview them in legit, like, it was like maybe 2 minutes after that happened. I'm walking up to Billy and James, and now I have to just assess the whole situation. At the time, I was super new into getting to do interviews, so I was just shook. And I looked it, and then I remember Billy Corgan goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I had all these questions, and apparently they're not good enough." And he just started laughing. I'm like, "Who told you?" I'm like, I was honest. I was so taken aback by this. I was like, "Screw it."
I love that you were this honest, too.
Well, I didn't know what else to do at that point. So I'm like, they told me I can't ask any of these questions because they're not good, or that you guys would be bothered by them. And he's like, just ask the effing questions. I don't care. And James was just laughing. He's like, yeah, just ask the question. They were harmless questions. Like, I think maybe one was about Courtney Love, and I think the PR person was worried that was because it was at the time he was working with Courtney Love, and it was just like they were overthinking it. And I get that that's part of their job is to overthink for these artists, but it was to the point where like nothing was good enough for them.
Yeah, that's lame. You just don't do that to an interviewer that's prepared, minutes before you go on there. So good for you, man, because you were probably nicer than I was, because I would have probably been pissed.
The best part was I got to ask all the questions.
Of course you did.
He's like, "What's the other questions?" Like, he's like, "Where are the questions?" Like, it was like kind of a joke, and you could tell like he was like, "These are harmless." Like, it was coming from a fan. Like, it wasn't like as if I was looking to get a clickbait headline.
I hope that somebody talked to that PR person, because that ruins everything.
Fired her on the spot.
Good.
And we all laughed.
Whoa!
I'm kidding. That didn't happen.
Oh, that would have been so badass. So Ian Ziering may be right. It's like, it could very well be that somebody on the set just figured, what, let's just not have people interact with them. We don't want them to be distracted, even though the stars may never have made that demand. Here's Jason Priestley responding to what Jessica said about she was told she could not look anybody of the cast of 90210 in the eyes or she'd be thrown off the set.
There is a very slight possibility that someone, and I mean, apparently somebody did, because they thought that maybe that was the thing to do. I don't know what Jessica Alba's experience was. I always went out of my way back then, and I still do to this day. I make sure that the guest stars feel like they're a part of the show, and that's super important. So I don't know what happened to Jessica Alba when she was.
I have a feeling.
What show is he on these days that he's making anyone feel comfortable?
That's a really good question.
Does he still think he's doing 90210?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He also sound like He also sound like, I don't know. A little, maybe it was happy hour.
So they didn't really deny it.
Here's the thing. Here's my belief. I don't think it was the dudes. And they're trying to be as diplomatic as possible, but maybe it was some of the other cast members.
One texter says Tori Spelling and Jenny Garth didn't deny it, though maybe production told her that.
Well, yeah, I'm reading that Tori Spelling said she thinks it's like a cool memo that went around for the producers of the ADs.
I love that they're all responding to this. It's Jessica Alba. They're all like trying to cover their asses because they want to get hired by something that Jessica Alba's doing.
Yeah, because Jessica right now is definitely more famous than they are.
Or get the hookup on her awesome diapers.
Right?
They ain't cheap, BJ. We subscribe to her company.
She does have a TV show as well, but yes,
Steve
the diapers are amazing. Yeah.
But Tori Spelling...
I'll show you the invoices.
Yeah.
She did say, imagine, we just thought the guest stars didn't like us. So they never looked at us. We don't know why. We were so nice. Is what Tori Spelling said.
How funny.
And she was Aaron Spelling's daughter, which there's another level of, if you will, royalty in that situation. Oh, okay. That's lame. I mean, that is really lame if you create that kind of environment and the stars don't even know it. That sucks, if that's true. But yeah, you're right, Steve. None of them denied it. Yeah.
Wow. They probably saw that in the news like, gosh, great. Jessica Alba hates us.
Yeah.
We're all struggling to get gigs.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You pick the topic. You guide the show. No job for you, Jason. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the loose. More of your calls, more of your texts at 936 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs. Mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. As listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
We got a text message from somebody I was hoping that we could give a shout out. This text says, hey guys, just wanted to thank you guys for helping me get through this tough time in my life as my brother just passed away.
Oh, damn.
Thanks for making me feel good for a bit. His name was Jim, and I appreciate a shout out if you guys can. That's from Chris.
So a shout out to
Jim.
Yeah, to Jim. Here
Much
you go.
love.
Give
it a shout. Absolutely, man. Chris, thank you, man. I'm glad that we're able to get your mind off of that's just, I can't even fathom that.
Yeah, much love to you, brother. Yeah. And I'm glad that you guys love The Rock, and may Jim rest in peace, and may you get a lot of comfort. And I hope Jim finds a way to sort of just show up in your life, because you hope that people live on in your heart, and that's what all those good moments about. That's what all those wonderful stories are about. Just anything at all that reminds you of the person, because they still stay with you. I mean, somebody said something that was really interesting. I wrote, it's like sometimes you die twice. You die really when you first die, obviously, and then the second time you die is when nobody says your name anymore. Like the last time somebody says your name is like the second time.
Let me go get my bong.
You got that from the episode of Boys.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. I did get that. Okay, so I got it from something. Frenchie said that.
Oh
yes.
man, Frenchie, always very guy or girl.
Guy.
He's just such a big thinker.
Yeah.
Frenchie, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was telling that to the girls.
To the female.
Because her brother passed away, yeah. And that's the name of the character, by the way, the female. We don't really know. Yeah. But dude,
stop voice-planning this.
But dude, that's kind of cool when you think about it. Is like, so somebody lives on as long as we continue to mention them and talk about them.
That's why we always, when we talk about like musical artists that have passed, or even any kind of artist, so long as there's something that you can still like enjoy, a movie, a television show. For me, it's a lot of times music. A lot of times if I start feeling like that, oh man, I'm starting to miss Chris Cornell again. Okay, let me just pop in one of his records, and it makes me feel like he's still here. And you know what I mean? Like for that period of time, there's moments where I'm like, man, I can't believe this guy's no longer here with us in that voice. And right now, a lot of people are probably doing that with Eddie Van Halen. I know I was talking with Thrill yesterday, and both of us were talking about how we just spent like the entire day listening to Van Halen songs. Not together, we were separate places, but I would have done it with him together. But like he was like, I was in a room just drinking the night I found out, and headphones on and just listening to him.
See, now if you want to talk about a stoner conversation, I like to think that wherever those people are, when we get these ideas, the other ones that gave us those ideas, like they come and sort of visit our brain and go, hey man, why don't you pop on one of my things? And next thing you know, you're listening.
Cornell never even tweeted back at me. You think he's reaching out to me now in the afterlife?
Well, yeah, he's got a lot more time because, in the afterlife you can do everything. You know what I mean? You got a lot more flexibility in the afterlife. So,
speaking of Eddie Van Halen, somebody said if you're creating the ultimate band in heaven, who's on lead guitar? And you can only pick from these three: Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix, or Dimebag Darrell.
Okay, it's Mike McCready. Thank you.
You're that guy, the none of the above guy.
Exactly.
And he's still alive.
Yeah, I know.
Don't even say that.
Mike is
right?
Whenever Mike's around, doesn't it feel like heaven? No? Okay, I tried. I just wanted to be the contrarian.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. Boy, that's a tough trio to pick from.
Well, yeah, you have to pick one.
Wow.
Hendrix, Eddie, or Dimebag.
Oh, man. Well, I would pick Eddie just because that was the band that was my band out of all those three. So I would have to say Eddie just for that reason.
I'm leaning towards Hendrix, man. I think I'm a fan of like when things like, I always joke about like I want to make music that every once in a while it sounds like the musicians that are playing that song just took drugs and it just kicked in while they're playing that song. You know, like that moment of just trippiness. Like I love when bands are like, it's like a great song and then all of a sudden it just falls apart in a good way. And I think of all of those three, Hendrix would be the one I would lean towards. Not saying anything, obviously they're three of the greatest guitarists ever for different reasons. I mean, three different styles of rock right there.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, you're the guitarist of the show.
Van Halen for sure.
You're going Eddie?
Oh yeah, Eddie, 100%. I actually went back and listened to a lot of his stuff. Oh, of course, because of the news, unfortunately. But it was just one of those things that it was like, man, I just wish I could play guitar like that. And not saying that the other ones can't play guitar that well. It's just that's
you have to
my
pick one.
That's my style. Yeah, it's like so good.
Do you I don't know if you had a chance yet. It's on YouTube, but there's somebody that isolated just the guitar parts for Hot for Teacher.
Oh wow,
it's insane. Just what Eddie is doing that you don't even pay attention to when the rest of the band's there, and David Lee Roth is making the sounds that David Lee Roth makes.
Oh yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah, you were like, what's he doing in that song? Yeah.
Even though that's running for the devil, but you know what I mean. But like the stuff that Eddie's doing on guitar for all their songs. But man, when I listened to that isolated track, I was just like, sheesh, man,
so good.
Imagine being in that band and you're in the studio. Yeah, I found it.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah.
Like if I'm Alex, I'm looking at my bandmates and I'm just like, he's my brother and he's really good.
Right.
and then Eddie can do the same thing because the drumming on that song is also out of this world.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good tune. That is a really good tune. And really, and David Lee Roth's part in that is really awesome too. Just the everything they did in that song. It's such it might be my favorite, if not definitely one of my favorite Van Halen songs.
Yeah.
Just like the vibe of all of it. Just the idea of them in the class. I feel like they're in the classroom, even just listening to the song. That they're just in there, just shooting the S about the very attractive teacher.
I love Panama. Yeah, there's something about that.
That's a good tune too. I can't kill you for that one.
Every time it comes on, we play it on the in the morning, and it's like, this is such a good song. Just puts you in a good mood.
And Running with the Devil is also probably right up there. If I had to kind of narrow it down,
can't argue with that either.
Hot for Teachers. I love it. But honestly, I wouldn't even put it in my top 5.
See, I love
It's because of David Lee Roth. It's too cheesy for me.
Oh, and I love it almost has a soul vibe in there. I don't know why. There's just it's a different vibe. And that's why it hits me. I can see the cheese factor. You're right. I mean, no doubt about it. But there's a vibe in there that just gets me. But yeah, look, like I can't.
Eruption. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Jump too.
Yep.
I heard it so much. It's a good song, but I heard it so much.
Well, even like this, think about some of the Van Hagar stuff. I mean, Finish What You Started.
That's a good tune.
Even right now, I mean, it really did change the world. For a short period of time and everything fell back apart. But like, I mean, it was very socially conscious of them and it was very appreciated.
Yeah.
that music video just makes you just think you're the worst person. Because you're like, man, this world sucks.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah.
But they're just so awesome.
Yeah. That's,
Did you see Gene Simmons? He was doing an interview. He had some great things to say about Eddie.
Yeah, he was talking to Billy Bush on the show that you guys make fun of me for, and I stopped watching it because I did watch Extra, and Billy talked to Gene about Eddie.
Clearly, you'd have a left and right hand side of God. One side would be Hendrix, and the other side would certainly be Eddie Van Halen. I ran into Eddie, and he walked over. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Gene, what's up? And we were catching up. And he just went right into it and said, yeah, hey, man, I've got cancer. I was taken aback. I didn't know what to say. And I was going to ask him how he's feeling. And before I could do that, he said, hey, man, check this out. And he opened his mouth and showed me the effects of cancer on the upper palate. I was speechless. I wanted to reach out and touch him. And before anything could happen, he, so help me God, just kind of shrugged and he goes, hey, what are you going to do? Right now, every once in a while, I get into this sad place with Eddie, and all I keep thinking about is that amazing smile on stage, off stage, in videos, to people, to fans. What an amazing man.
Yeah, that is true.
That might be the first time I've heard Gene Simmons recently where it didn't feel like he was like arrogant. You know what I mean? And I love Gene,
or selling anything. You're right.
Right. Like there's like you got to hear the human side of Gene Simmons right there. A testament to how much people loved Eddie.
Yeah, that's a powerful story too. That there you are, you're seeing somebody who you revere, which Gene does, and then seeing the ravages of what can be this horrible disease. Wow!
And then having Eddie being like, "Hey, it's all right, man. It is what it is."
Yeah, that's something as well. Mm-hmm. Like just how nonchalant he was about basically what I think he knew, and everybody. I've heard that though, man. Some people when they know their ticket's up and have felt good about their life, seem to be at peace. I hope that's me. You know what I mean? And the way it was described by Gene Simmons, it sounds like Eddie was, pretty much, okay with this whole situation. Just like, okay, this is what's going to happen. It is what it is.
I like this text was going back to if you had to pick one of the three. Obviously, there's so many incredible guitarists that are no longer with us, from Stevie Ray Vaughan to Prince, and a lot of people are texting, what about this person? But this is what the texter asked us. It was Eddie Van Halen, or was it going to be Jimi Hendrix, or was it going to be Dimebag Darrell? One person says Eddie Van Halen did more for his band than Hendrix or Dimebag did. The band is literally named after him and Alex, which is a great point. But Jimi Hendrix's band
was the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your point.
Yeah, your point's not a good one.
Yeah. I mean, you're still keeping Jimmy in the mix.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
Boy, that's an overthinker just like me. Good job, overthinking texter.
Another person says, what about Randy Rhoads? All great guitarists. We were just reading a text from someone.
Yeah, we didn't pick. We don't make these rules.
Right.
All right, for the first time ever, The Price is Right won't have an audience. I'll tell you all about this at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. The Price is Right is heading back into production for the first time since the initial COVID-19 lockdown. And there are going to be some changes because, they have to, because they're all about having an audience.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah, they're not going to have the 300 people in there that they normally have, sitting close together and, of course, acting like crazy people. And they really can't do the virtual audience thing because, then the people can look stuff up online. You know what I mean? There's no way to really see if anybody would be cheating.
Who would cheat? Come on.
Yeah, so...
You mean you can look up prices online to find out the right price for The Price is Right? Crazy.
Yeah. Well, and that's why they don't allow cell phones in the studio, because you could sit in your chair and maybe I'll be the next one called up, let me prep. So they're going to figure out ways to do all their pricing games while social distancing, though I don't know how that is, but they're going to keep the contestants, cast, and crew safe, but everybody still gets to spin the wheel.
Just show reruns. Who's seen every episode?
Yeah, Sarah has actually. Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. Sorry, Sarah.
Ryan Cashel, he is up next. He's got your 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
She had a pizza with pepperoni on it. I didn't think your daughter liked the meat.
Oh, I know why she did it.
Hell yeah, I did. You know why?
Did you bring it home for Johnny Roberts?
Heck yeah!
You are. All right, then. This went from me questioning you to congratulating you for being girlfriend of the day.
Oh, yeah, I sent him a picture and everything. It was like, look what I got for you when you get home, baby.
What a naughty photo you sent him.
I know, right? Hey, he probably appreciates that better than anything else I'd sent him.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.